Namila katialo sotunaya hi shania. Milatialo tore shayate aminaya hi. Shimatali harakotese. Elando ishe inte la soporobasho. Amoto ele elakatin disi ile koshe. Matova ala ki ishe naya ila liana kiso. Good day, good love, and good light, illuminators and way showers. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate this new moon in Aquarius, in the age of Aquarius, as well as on this January 22nd, 2023, we also celebrate the Chinese New Year, the year of the rabbit. So we're very excited to share this energy with you and our I lost my words for a minute. We're going live this way for this is kind of the first time I've done it quite this way, so I'm a little off of my off of my game here. So thank you for being with me. I really was just inspired, gosh, was it yesterday afternoon? I think it was, to do something today, kind of spur the moment to energize ourselves. And I felt like, you know, we hear these years of this and years of that. So welcome to the new moon and in Aquarius, and this age of Aquarius, where I feel as if we are literally entering into this new year of illumination. 2023 is also the window of the beginning of open contact with our star families, with those that we share the stars with and the galaxies with, and to meet our galactic brothers and sisters and families, and those of us like five-fingered beings with 5 fingers and 5 toes, and you know, the 5 with the limbs, and also those perhaps that are very, very different from us. So one of my highest joys and excitements, gosh, for 8 years now on YouTube, and even longer than that if we go back to kind of Google and Google Plus way back. And I've been sharing my highest joy and excitement with not only these light languages, but sharing light codes and these written star glyphs, galactic glyphs, sacred circuitry. Ever since I began exploring this back in when I started awakening in 11/11/11, literally 2011, and the 11/11 awakening code, things have been exploding for me this year, and I think for all of us. And it's literally the year, I think, of our awakening, and in a new way. And that also I want to mention, if you're interested in astrology, all the planets are going direct, I think for the first time in a long time. And so, and I don't know as much about astrology as I'd like to, but yet it's something I've been embracing all in my life, and actually kind of began a little bit my journey with exploring the stars. And what does all that mean, and what does sun signs mean, and what does it mean when I'm born under a specific sign or a part of the year or a particular month, a particular day? What numbers does that add up to? How is it important to my birth path? You know, when we're talking about birth path numbers. And so this channel has really been devoted to my joy and excitement of sharing light language, sharing these light language codes as a way of, it helped me as I began with sacred circuitry, expanding my own multidimensional awareness, and how it just exploded for me. And this year, after 11 years, I'm putting them out there in ways I never have before. And I'm really excited about that new beginning for me and for us. I'm Wendy. This is Dave, if you're new to my channel.
And if you're here watching, go to the chat below and say hello. We're watching the chat, and we're live so we can interact with you.
So yes, please do, and we'll
And
be
like and subscribe and
and
share.
all that good stuff. And please do check out my, if you're new to my channel, or maybe if you're not and haven't checked it out, please do check out my website, languagesoflights.com, where I do share more and more of a little bit of my story, how things started for me. I offer private sessions, public speaking. I have done these public free events for literally since I started on YouTube 8 years ago. It has been my highest joy and excitement.
Hi, Bev.
Hi, Bob. Hey, darling. So I don't know. I was just something I was wanted to do, and it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. So we just
I'm supposed to say Beverly, right?
Beverly, yes, please. Beverly. um, so I wanted to.
Faye Robin says hello.
Hey, Faye! Oh my God, hi! I'm just adjusting this just a little bit. So I'm on my mobile this time because the lighting's kind of weird. It's kind of a gray and dreary day, and I didn't want to have to set up a bunch of lighting and stuff. So it seems to look a little bit better sometimes on my mobile. So I've got the big screen next to me too. So I wanted to kind of share that with you and my new beginnings and how I've been just exploding with the guidance to really get these codes out into the mainstream, into just our day-to-day lives, what they're here to do for us. I've been getting more and more downloads. I've been very connected to the Sirius star energy. And if many of you, if you've been watching for a little bit, or maybe many of you already know that the guides from the Sirius star system are here to help us, as well as many others from many dimensions, many collective consciousnesses, of which I have been delighted to share the languages, the songs, the written messages, the channeled messages, whatever and however they come through. It really has never been planned. It all comes out the way it comes out. If you have had a private session with me, you already know. And if you haven't, almost every session I do, I receive these light codes specifically for the person. As I tap into their energy, as I tap into their multidimensional self, it's as if I start getting all these downloads of these codes that are meant for that person to utilize in whatever it is the way that they're excited to do so, whether it's printing them out, carrying with you, looking at them before you go to sleep, looking up at them in the morning. This idea of getting them out there on, like, just in every way that my imagination can think of, that I'm receiving, to put them out there, has been just an explosion for me this year, to do it in new ways. And so I believe that the message for all of us, what have you been setting aside or brewing, or maybe something that excited you? Now, like I said, I've been sharing these and writing them for 11 years, and yet haven't really, although I've been sharing them in my videos, and it's like this I'm here like new release, upgrade, if you will, for all of us, and how they affect our brain synapses. And so we'll get more into that as well. But that was one of the things I wanted to share with you, is if you guys have something new and exciting that has been, just, I want to say, like, wanting to present itself. And we're going to talk about the year of the rabbit, and a little bit about that, and how if we've been a little bit afraid to do things, it's time to let that go. This is a new age of Aquarius, where all of us are being readied to explode in a new way, to express ourselves in a new way, to follow your highest excitement, and I always get excited, and I always feel that it feels a little bit like anxiety, a little bit like fear. But what I realize is it's just the excitement of wanting to do the things I do that I enjoy the most, and share them, and share that joy, and in hopes that you will see your own light, and that you will be inspired to share whatever, however you want to. So I wanted to say hi everybody who's watching. I'm going to be pulling some cards. I wanted to say hello to all my friends out there who I've wanted to give shout outs to today too. So I wanted to say hey to Becca. I wanted to say hey to Pam. Hi Beverly. Hi Faye. Hi who else is out there watching? And Eva Reese, if you're out there, I think it's 93.99. Hey to you too. Was really feeling the Fae energy, the fairy energy. So playfulness coming out of our, um, stop being afraid to be fun and explore and be in joy. And so I was writing some notes too. So I wanted, okay, first of all, before we get going, I was really excited, and I asked Dave to do a little research, because if you guys know Dave, he does like to research stuff for our hangouts and share these tidbits with you guys. And you can Google it too, but the fun of it is us finding it and sharing all the synchronicities that come along with it. So he happened to find this, and I wanted him to read it. He's just reading it right off Google.
We being the Chinese New Year, and this becoming the year of the rabbit, I really feel, and I'm going to share some excerpts from a particular website that I found that sort of encompasses everything that we wanted to say from other websites as well. And it really feels to me as though this is the year for everyone in the spiritual world, light workers, whatever you want to call yourselves, to really come out of your shell and be more of who you are, and be that way outwardly. Come out of the closet with all of these things. And that's really what the energies are calling for. And when we looked up the rabbit information, we were surprised to find that the rabbit represents a lot of that. And I'll read through a little bit of this. The rabbit archetype is anything but a fuzzy bunny lightweight in the world of the animal symbolism. In many myths and legends, rabbits act as guides between heaven and earth. They're a potent emblem of the shamanic journey, and may even be called to monitor those rituals. In fact, when viewing the rabbit's physical attributes, the creature comes to represent a prayerful life, as it puts its paws in prayer position each time they wash their face. The earth plane rabbit is a sound navigator, having perceptions that pilot him through the darkness. Because of this, the rabbit represents sensitives and seers and their psychic powers.
It's our time, guys! It's our time!
It also symbolizes those moments in life when we must hop to in unfamiliar surroundings, using your inner light for direction. The rabbit is also considered a skilled shapeshifter,
which is a level of mastery all of its own.
So the cunning critter has the additional symbolism of directional awareness, cleverness, planning, and keen senses. And I'm scrolling through a little bit.
Very synchronistic. Very synchronistic.
The rabbit encourages you to tune into your instincts. All of these things, the same thing. Follow your instincts, follow your intuition. It gives you time to get away from a situation where you can find a haven until the threat of your emotional well-being ends. So it also talks about getting rid of those negative belief systems.
And shamanic, it's something else about.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I'm
know him.
scrolling
He didn't
down.
get there yet. I was like, as he's reading it to me, I'm like, oh my God.
I read a
I was
lot
like,
of
all
this
these
already.
synchronicities.
The rabbits are terrific planners and escape artists. Uh,
Terrific planners, and we just created a planner, so that's kind of funny.
when the rabbit appears, it's to let you know that personal transformation is necessary or about to happen, which is what we're talking about. The rabbit has survived for centuries, but they are known as the biggest victims of the animal kingdom. Have you adopted the role of a victim? Do you feel that others take advantage of you? If so, it's time to stop. So it's the perfect time
Yes.
for the year of transformation to get out of your victim mode. Victimhood will not be tolerated. The rabbits are the most clever critters on the planet. And they tell you, trust your smarts, know that you are worthy of respect.
The most clever on the planet. And there's more about this rabbit spirit too.
It talks about they help with family planning. And it says if you happen to see a rabbit cross your path, if it was going to the left, it symbolizes the feminine and lunar energies.
Oh, that was it too.
And if it was going to the right, it signifies masculine and solar energies. It also talks about the 4 cardinal directions. And people that have rabbit totems are spontaneous and the life of the party.
So that was part of the invitation too, is inviting you guys to look up animal totem, the rabbit animal totem, the spirit animal totem rabbit, to see what information alights within you. See what message this whole year, this Chinese year of the rabbit, which we know is not, our new year starting, but the idea is from 52 weeks here on, and wherever you start is now. And this is another thing that I've been getting a big download about too, because a lot of times we seem to want to wait for a particular time, a particular date to do something. And although, yes, I will agree that dates, rhythms, and rhymes make a difference. Go ahead and set a date to do something, but then do it. And this is the thing, is the manifestation of it can be pretty much anything. I want to manifest, how to be more in connection with my guides. I want to manifest more of being more of myself. I want to manifest being true to me. These sorts of things. So I felt like there was a big energy with that this year. And it also happens to be a number 7 year, which we've talked about, touched on a little bit. The idea of the lucky 7, the number 7, spirituality, allowing your spiritual flags to fly. And when we say spiritual, all that really means is that you've identified that you're a spirit being having a physical experience, and that you are a multidimensional consciousness with the capability and ability, and already are continuously connecting with consciousnesses all the time. Now is the time to become more aware of that, to flip the switches in our brains, in the sacred geometry in our brains, and flip these switches and literally reroute the synapses in our brain that allow us to be able to become better receivers, to be able to switch these things on, and to see so much more in our world that we could, in our own capabilities, and realizing that about what is actually fear, and moving in the other direction of that, and to begin to do that is to love ourselves, love what you do, love your uniqueness. So yeah.
Well, and also the Chinese rabbit reference refers to abundance.
Yes, and that was another thing I was going to read. I had to get
the color red.
And the fact too that when you read too that it was related to the moon.
Yes.
And it was like, okay, so here we are in the new moon. So that was really awesome for me to see that connection too. Oh, okay. this is very interesting. You know, how can we amplify this energy today? How can we amplify this energy for the entire year of the rabbit? And this is not just a celebration for the Chinese. Where did I read that? Over 20% of the world celebrate this. And so that even alone was fascinating to me, that all of us all over the world are able to celebrate and amplify in this energy.
So also talking about finding balance. As a vegetarian, the rabbit spirit gives you energetic support when seeking a balance in what you eat for your greatest well-being.
And it's also the symbol of longevity. So I wrote that down too, of peace and prosperity. And for you guys who liked angel numbers and repeating numbers, that's another book that Dave and I put together, our 1111 manifestation book. And we're very excited about that. That just got published. And so it's a place to record these repeating numbers in your life. And so today has a 2222 energy. So if you're invited to do so, there's a couple really good sites for looking up angel numbers. And so maybe you might be inspired to look up 4 2s and the angel numbers and see, what does that mean to you? What does it spark in you? And so I wanted to share that as well.
Gaius baby. I'm just looking at
checking the notes. We feel serious when they're around us, and that's so true. And I especially have been, being down when I started working with the Sirius Sacred Circuits 11 years ago, and it literally changed my life. I just followed the guidelines, and then I started getting the guidance to share them out there in the world. And then I started getting downloads of mine and started sharing those out into the world. And yet this year has been this new phase for us of taking what's been simmering and get it off the stove and get it on the table and let's eat. It's like, it's time to put that into energy, and the energy into our dreams and our ambitions, and taking that other side of the rabbit and saying, I'm not afraid.
And also going along with this whole idea, when you think of the animal and the rabbit animal energies, the rabbit animal spirit energies, the nature of the rabbit, and even the animal kingdom, the rabbit has an energetic signature that will help you in trusting your inner voice.
Wow.
So that means all year long, the rabbit energy is helping you open up to more and more of your intuition.
This is awesome, you guys. This is what, and I'm feeling it, like literally, and even now, I was, when I was putting my shirt on, it's like I get this message, like, okay, the red energy, the root chakra, the vibrancy of red, but yet I also felt the green energy of the connecting that, the heart energy, the green heart energy, what is in your heart, and then rooting it here, literally growing what's in your heart, the green heart energy, and rooting that. And if you guys have noticed too, a lot of times when you're purchasing a bamboo plant, which I have a few of, typically it'll have a red ribbon around it, because it symbolizes prosperity and abundance. And it's funny too, Dave and I've talked about the 7-day celebration. I didn't know this either, that the Chinese New Year is actually a 16-day celebration, which equals 7. However, the first 7 days are the true celebration, where it's considered an actual public holiday for 7 days. So here it is, a 7 again, and here we're in a 7 year. So I found that extraordinarily fun and energetically inspiring. It's also 2023 is the year of hope, which I actually, when I think of hope, I think of hope more as if I'm hoping for something, that means I don't already acknowledge that it's done. This is going beyond hope, you guys. This is hope implies doubt. This is moving on beyond hope and into this idea of knowing. And it also happens to be the Lunar New Year for the Chinese, for the Spring Festival for the Lunar New Year. So we even here in the Northern Hemisphere, for a variety of reasons, the rabbit also symbolizes for us springtime. That's what we think of when we think of bunny rabbits and and flowers popping up, as we think of springtime. It got springtime here in Alabama, and all of a sudden things started blooming again. Like the forsythia started blooming all of a sudden. I got grape hyacinths popping up all of a sudden. I was like, wow, it was like spring. And I just got, so anyway, that was a whole nother fun thing I wanted to share with you.
And I do want to share
Yes.
The Native American rabbit symbols portray ingenious and often humorous tricksters known as Manabazho, or the Great Hare. This character shows up in many legends, sometimes with additional symbolisms of a hero. Some stories relate the Great Hare has created the world, brought humans fire, and even taught shamans how to enact sacred rites.
That was it.
The hare spirit is a good animal ally when learning ritual forms. So they use the rabbit to help them with rituals.
Okay.
And the only, I think this is the last thing I want to mention. The additional association with the rabbit is that of a fear caller. Lore suggests that when the rabbit fears something, it's called out until that thing is noticed. In nature, the rabbit lives in fear, but here the Native American lesson is that calling to whatever frightens you or focusing on it can foster the manifestation of that very thing in life. So
the one thing I
fear.
feared, you guys, the most was going on YouTube. And yet, here I am, 8 years later, and still sharing my highest excitements in maybe many have already heard some of the stuff over and over again, and yet in a new way. And if you're new to the channel, please peruse. There's like over 1,400 videos that I've shared, because this is what I love. And so do what you love, you guys. This is the year to do what you love and trust. Was there anything else that you wanted to share on that? I get excited.
Celtic myths include tales about the goddess Eostre,
Oh,
where
yes.
the word Easter originates.
Yes, which is, we associate Easter and with the rabbit, the bunnies.
Is a moon goddess with symbolic ties to the spring, fertility, and the reawakening of Earth come springtime. Each full moon, Eostre shapeshifts into a hare.
Oh, I was just thinking.
I just saw this just now.
That deck that we were just looking at, maybe it's a hare card and not a rabbit. Maybe I was looking it up. I just realized that. I said, oh, maybe it needs to be the hare, not the rabbit. Sorry, you guys. I was looking up in my spirit animal deck, and I thought, wow, I really thought I thought I had a rabbit card, but it just occurred to me, you know what? I bet it is a hare. I'll have to find it. Anyway. and yeah, Faye, thank you, Faye. Thank you. She said, I love your nature walks. And yeah, I haven't. It's kind of funny because there have been periods of where it was been really, really hot, and then it was really, really cold. But yes, we're resuming our nature walks, and now that we have Abigail, she's 4 months old almost. Gosh, a puppy. We're outside every day, of course now. So it's been occupying really a lot of our time, and I have the best intentions in the morning to do videos early in the morning and sunrise videos, and there's Abby. So it's like my whole world has kind of shifted. But yes, more and more walks outside. We've been playing outside more too, so it's been a lot of fun. And thank you, and I appreciate that. And that's how I started, you guys. And that's where the light codes, the sun, when I started getting my Native American guidance, when I started hearing them and feeling them and seeing them, and when I started getting more and more connections, and the more I started using the sacred circuits from Sirius, the more I got my own, and the more I shared them, it was like this thing that sort of built on itself, and the more I shared them, the more I wanted to, but it was beyond that. It literally catapulted me into a whole this. It catapulted me into discovering so many things about myself that I'm still discovering every single day. And and so I finding different ways to share that excitement. And decorating, I wanted to read a little bit more about the Chinese New Year because I wanted to invite you guys to do this. And it doesn't have to be today, maybe it's tomorrow, but be in the energy, this red energy. And I did a little shorts video about getting ready for today, about, getting your red. And oh, I've got my big red. I got to show you. You guys have seen this before if you've seen some of my videos. So I found my big red W cup again. So I had to resurrect that. So I've got my beautiful water here, which is being elevated and ignited and amplified by light languages, by our energy, by your energy, by this day. So I wanted to invite all of you, go get something. I've even got red napkins here, you guys. Seriously, it doesn't have to be a big deal. You know what I mean? It's just, or look at something red in the room, or just notice something red. I was noticing the cardinals birds the last couple of days, so I've been noticing the red cardinals. I just want to throw out that maybe somebody's got a spirit guide cardinal, then you need to look up cardinal spirit guides. Maybe there's a message in there for you about this gorgeous red bird, and it's got a lot of message. Oh, Dave, oh my God, I forgot. This morning, what was the first thing you said to me about the crows?
Oh, I saw a bunch of crows.
Because he's like, wow, there's like, I don't know how many crows in the tree. And I think you said you counted 8 or something. And so I was going through the card deck looking for the rabbit card. And the first card I think was like the crow card. And I'm like, no. So I was like, oh, this is for you, Dave. And the message was for him. It was for him. I was like, this is your card today. So decorate in red. Go ahead.
I was going to say they were at the bird feeder.
Yes.
And then flew up into the tree.
Okay.
Normally they don't stay close, but
that's true too. They wait for us to leave too. They're like, as soon as we walk away, because they're waiting to get back at the feeder, and then of course they talk to him and tell him when it's, feed me when it's empty.
So this is Faye says the other day a white truck passed me and the tag was 777.
Okay, so this is the thing, you guys. Okay. The book this little journal, it's just a journal, 1111 journal, you know me, repeating numbers, 1111. I got inspired to create this little journal for just that reason. So Faye remembers the other day. Now she remembers it from the other day, 7777, but it's stuck in her mind. The idea behind that journal is to write down, oh, I saw 7777. When did I see it? What was I doing? What was I thinking? Where... Maybe there's a tie-in. Maybe there's a confirmation. Maybe it was a validation for her. Maybe it was so that she could talk about the sevens today, the repeating numbers. That's all this journal is for. Dave is going to show you a little. It's a very bad printout, but it really is just the idea of recording the number. When did I see it? What was I feeling? And maybe what do I feel now as I'm sharing it? It's about it's about connecting the dots. It's like, okay, I saw that number and I remember it. Maybe you're waking up at 333 or 555 and you're seeing it. You know me, if you're watching me on every day, you guys on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, you see I'm posting all the time. And I swear to God, I pick up the phone, there it is. I pick up the clock, there it is. It just happens. I swear it just happens. So every day I'm posting on my phone, oh my God, screenshot, because I can't even believe it myself. And I'm like, okay, what was I thinking at that moment?
So this is called the 1111 Journal. And you can go on Wendy's website, languagesoflights.com, and click on publications, and you'll see these.
You can see better.
And you can order them through Amazon. So you order them through Amazon, and they ship them right to your house. But this is the inside of what the journal would look like.
I don't know if
and
you
this
can
is just a
even
printout
see it.
because we didn't get our
so
copies
fake.
yet.
You can't really see it. Though.
But
yeah, I'm waiting for my official copies to come so I can actually show you a copy.
Apparently, having a journal that prompts you to record specific things as opposed to a completely blank page allows you to remember things that maybe you wouldn't have remembered to write down and put them in an organized fashion so you could look back on them or say, hey, I saw the 7777 and I wrote it down in my journal, and then a week later I saw another 7777.
Right.
And you could correlate these things together. But this is basically, it asks you what did you see, when, where, what synchronicities did you see, how were you feeling, why, what did it mean to you, did you take it as guidance, explain. So this is
And that's
just
it. It's just a little journal.
And it's 111 pages.
To keep track. And
to keep track.
To identify.
And it also does help support us.
Yes, because it's my life's work.
this particular one we have for $11.11.
Yep.
So we don't really make much money on it.
No, couple bucks.
But part of the idea is, and it has light languages on the cover.
That's the other thing, you guys.
And Wendy doesn't have a lot of color light language
This is very
pages,
few, like very
this,
few.
This is
oddly.
one of them. And so we were guided to use that as the cover. And part of the idea is, how do we get out the light language symbols and the light language idea of the symbols as easily as possible to as many people as possible. And these were some of the ideas that we got, and we came up with them. And of course it does help support us, and you get something pretty cool out of it. But we have this, and we have the manifestation journal, and this is a planner and journal, and this on the inside has light languages for 52 weeks.
So it's a 52-week planner.
This is an example of what it would look like inside. So every week you put down
there's a different set of
weekly
codes.
intentions, things you want to manifest, notes, signs, symbols, and synchronicities, and every week has got a whole section of different codes, and you can get this in hardcover and softcover, and
both of these are available in hard and softcover.
And we should any day now have
I should have a
calendar.
an actual. Oh, that's right.
Also.
The calendar is going to get published. That was something that Dave got some downloads about creating, which is a little bit different idea. So the idea is every week with a different set of codes. The idea is to allow them to amplify and literally, I use that word a lot because that's a word they keep saying to me, but to literally allow just the gazing of them to work in whatever way they're meant to work for you, because each person looking at them, and to allow the manifestations for whatever it is, whether it's a physical thing, whether it's I want to have a great dentist appointment this week, whatever it is whatever pops into your head. And the idea behind it, that I was literally got these downloads, how to create these, and to put a different set on every week, and it's not dated. So in other words, it's 52 weeks, but it starts whenever you start. It's not dated. It's not 2023. It doesn't have the days of the month on it. The idea is wherever you are is wherever you are. Whenever you are is whenever you are. So you start this whenever you want, and it begins your 52-week journey. And hang on.
I think we're back. Recorded. We're back now. Yeah. So that's a confirmation of doing the affirmations that Faye remembers doing. And if you recorded it in the journal, you'll be able to correlate a lot of these things a little bit better. So
that's awesome.
So what else were you doing?
That's
what made
pretty
you decide?
cool.
What frame of mind
and
were
the
you
fact
in?
that you showed up today to share that is freaking awesome. Synchronicity, serendipitous. and our number, we met on 7/7. It was a 7/7 day, so that's really a special number for us. And then the whole 7 days, that idea, that's exciting.
And here's
thank you for sharing that.
This is just a picture, and if you're here, and you haven't said hi, make sure you say hi. We're watching the chat. This is the calendar, and I'll show you just a quick printout of the calendar. And every month is
No, now
obviously
this
different.
was Dave's download.
So this
like
was-
he got this idea.
So essentially, I'm a programmer, and I had programming that I had already done to build calendars. So I created a program that builds the graphics for the calendar to make into a book, and there are light language symbols specifically assigned to astrologically important events.
Now this is
throughout
dated,
the whole
and
year.
it is a 2023 calendar.
Yes.
So we're trying to get it out. He
Mhm.
just got all these downloads, and we're just getting it published in the next couple of days.
Yeah. So the idea is different things like Mercury goes direct in Capricorn January 18th. So you have the calendar that identifies some of these events, and you have
Like
light
today, the
language
new moon.
symbols that appear specifically for those events. And the idea is, and the other page lets you journal the things that happen on each of the days.
On each of these, significant days.
Right.
So,
So, for instance, and this is not the best looking printout, but so we have symbols, and they're color coded too. But they're symbols that you look at, and they act as activation keys for that day.
for that day. So, sort of again, the idea of amplifying the energy of that day. So, like today, the new moon, age of Aquarius, that idea, and that would of course appear in here. And how can we amplify that energy? And these symbols I created, and then they are randomly selected, correct? That your program randomly selected them to appear on those specific days,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah. So
I wanted to make sure I was saying that
So
right.
yes. So there was a logical random algorithm that selected them for the dates. So we sort of allowed our higher selves to assign the specific symbol to the day.
To the day, we said, well, let's let
Yeah.
the
So-
magic take care of itself, and let it decide what symbol is
and most of them
significant for that day.
are unique in the whole calendar.
And we'll keep doing these every year too, so that that there's one for
If people like them,
I
we'll
mean,
keep
yeah,
them.
well, that's true. So yeah, it's just another way of sharing my highest joy and excitement. But the point, you guys, is it's not even just about me sharing it. It's about the information that I'm getting downloaded about the capabilities of these symbols. And I'm not the only one across the world that draws them. I seriously seriously and intentionally worked with these sacred circuits when they were introduced to me, when Bashar, channeled through Daryl Anka, did an event of these sacred circuits on June 20th, 2010. When I saw that event, something clicked in me. And literally, and I knew right away I had to study these symbols. And I knew that I had to share them. So if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that from very beginning I've been sharing these sacred circuits from Sirius. Then when I started getting the downloads, it was like, to share them with others, it was about the sharing. It was always about the sharing. It was always about, I may not know how these are going to help other people connect to their multidimensionality. I may not know how this may help people connect to their ET connections, their spirit guides, their angelic connections. How did they, if you want to speak light language, see, now I'm starting to tingle because I'm talking about light language. Sorry, you can hear Abby. She's kind of wanting to come in on the fun.
Maybe I'll have to
You want to take
her
her out for a little walk?
But I did want to say also that part of the point of what we're doing, specifically with the books, is being an example
Yes.
for others to have, yes, I mean, we're having these ideas of the different things, but the idea is we're not the only ones that have
Right. Follow your
light
instincts.
language symbols. We want to be the example to show others you can do this. You can make your own symbols book. You could show others your symbols. Actually, we saw a guy on YouTube that he made a,
I was
or
really.
maybe it was TikTok, or maybe
Oh
I forget
yeah,
what
it was really good.
but
He says these
he
are.
has pages and
It was
pages
so awesome.
of journals of light language symbols, and he's a singer, a spiritual guy. I think, I don't know if he's famous or not, but I think he is. But he was showing his journals of light language, and that's what he called
And I was
them.
like, and he's like, this is my light language, and so it just felt like a really wonderful, beautiful synchronicity.
So it's time to get out of the closet with all
Yes,
this
and
share it with the world,
and get your excitement out into the mainstream.
and not only ours, but yours too.
And yeah, I'm glad you reminded me of that. And it was funny when we were looking. We were on Amazon, and we just happened to be looking up like light language and things like that, and we came across a guy who he has shares my last name, Wolf, and he grew up in my hometown. I'm like, what? I was like, no. So that was really a mind blower today. So I wanted to share that synchronicity with you guys, and just to share a little bit about the decorating in red. It's considered a family reunion. So whether you're having a family reunion or an actual family dinner, this is your family reunion with your spirit family. This is your family reunion with your guides, your other parts of you, the beautiful dimensional self that you are. This is a family reunion of your own collective consciousness. So bringing together your own family, your own, and realizing, allowing all of this information to help you better have a bigger family reunion, let's call it. And it's also, and I didn't bring up the ancestors deck. It's also a time in the Chinese to celebrate ancestors. And so I have an ancestors deck that I was going to grab, and I didn't grab it. And so I wrote something else. Oh, and I couldn't find any. I was looking around the house. It's also traditional to give red envelopes. And then I was going to find an envelope and decorate it red, but then I didn't have time. So anyway, traditionally is you give away a red envelope with some kind of money in it as a symbol of prosperity, a symbol of abundance, and to signify a safe and peaceful New Year's. Fireworks of New Year, fireworks, of course, and burning candles, watching lion and dragon dances. So that was something that hadn't really occurred to me. So the lion and dragon energy came into play with that too. And so I didn't even think about, I was going to grab my dragon deck, but there's just not enough hours in the day. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, that this is the connecting with our ancestors, and that includes our galactic ancestors. That includes the Atlantis and the Lemurian and all of those things that have been simmering, and allowing all of this energy all this heart energy to root here into our three-dimensional earth energy as well. I think that was everything I wanted to share about that. And I wanted to show you too, this is my original book, of my spiritual book, and my journal, and it is a blank journal. And the very first thing I wrote in it is, I see and draw to me through divine love those beings who seek enlightenment through my process. The sharing will elevate us both now. And that is a quote that I heard channeled through Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and she was actually channeling a being, Theo. And Theo, so I wrote that in my book. So that is a quote I literally say every day. I, Wendy, see and draw to me. And so I recite that every morning. So that whoever's out there in the multiverses who may gain from my sharing and my sharing my process, that we all benefit. And that's the message for all of you guys too, that whatever you're sharing out there, it's for the benefit of all, definitely the benefit of you, because you're part of the all. And when I very first started this journal, it was on 11/11, and the first couple pages is the new moon. I talk about the new moon, and and then a couple pages in, 11/11, light workers, and infinity symbols, among other things, keys, gateways, and free energy, and the sacred symbols is when I began to draw them. So we are encouraged, and we're encouraged to draw them. So this is another thing that Dave and I want to encourage all of you to do too, is draw these. Draw them out, trace them, draw your own. It changes the structures. It changes the road maps and roadways in your brain when you physically hand draw this stuff. And so these journals are also a way of awakening, encouraging all of you to draw what what you're seeing. These symbols to me have also been about other dimensions sharing information with us, and that just by gazing at them, we literally absorb the light information, the codes, the story. We absorb the story when we play with these symbols and activate things within ourselves. And this is one of my. It was a gift given to me many years ago by an old friend. And one of the things that I loved about this journal, and I'm actually not sure if this is actually Chinese or not. I think I asked my friend. So if you guys write Chinese, or maybe you could tell me if this is or this isn't. But nonetheless, I was so inspired by this journal, and it's also just blank. This is blank pages, but when I got it, I was sort of guided to only start writing my own symbols in them. That's the first page. So they don't have to have any rhyme and reason. They aren't written in any particular order. There's just a bunch of sunbursts.
Well, they are. We just don't know.
I just don't know what. Now, these are the ones that I was telling Dave about some additional circuits, serious sacred circuits that I want to share. But this is the particular page, and so you're going to see some of these coming out and more in some publications. But I just wanted to share this really quick with you guys. So these are some of the things that you'll see pieces of in the books, to help all of us activate and embrace and embody all of these parts of ourselves. And I did want to pull a couple cards because I know it's getting a little bit long on time. We're almost at an hour. And I wanted to share with you guys the very first card deck that I was inspired to use today. And I haven't used this deck in a long time, and was inspired today, obviously, for obvious reasons. The Chinese New Year is the Kuan Yin Oracle. And I want to say that the rabbit, which I started to read, the rabbit is also a symbol of quiet, of, where did I write that? Oh, softness, kindness, peaceful, gentle, quiet, elegant, alert, quick, skillful, kind, patient, faithful to those around them. So those were some of the things I was feeling and embodying the energy of. I could feel it. Like, this is the year for that, you guys. This is the year of compassion. The year of the rabbit is about the year of compassion. Finding more compassion for ourselves and for each other is the key. It is the key. Compassion. It is a vibration all of its own. And when we tap into compassion, we tap into the vibration of unconditional love. And I felt like this year of the rabbit, and now I'm getting kind of tingly. The year of the rabbit felt for me like that was the first thing that jumped out at me. Compassion. The year of compassion, where we find compassion for the uniqueness of ourselves, where we find compassion for the uniqueness of others. Where you don't have to fight against anything. You just have to follow your own passion. Compassion. It's a co-passion. Compassion is a co-passion with your fellow, whatever you are, whatever being you're co-passioning with. So the energy of Kuan Yin, if you look, and I just happen to look it up on Google, I invite you guys to do the same. I don't need to read more stuff to read. She is the embodiment and the symbolism of compassion. And so immediately, this rabbit energy, and then when I walked out of the room and went to go find some other decks, and it was like, it just jumped right out at me. And the feeling of compassion. And look up more information about her and her energy and maybe what it might mean to you, how embracing and embodying that energy might help us all. And I started to get emotional. I told Dave, I'm like, oh my God, I just started feeling her and thinking about her, and all of a sudden I'm getting all emotional because I can feel her energy of compassion. Mother Mary energy, same thing.
Jennifer White.
Hi, Jennifer.
From California.
Hi. Welcome.
Faye says her birthday is January 24th.
Oh my God. Happy birthday. Oh my God. 2 days. That's amazing. Jennifer, I had an incredible synchronicity involving you and light language. Would love to share it with you later. Oh my God. Yes. Hell yes. Let's hook up. Let's hook up. Email me, contact me on my website, PM me on Facebook, whatever. Yeah, let's do this. I want to hang. I'm excited. Yes, let's do this. Yep. And I want to say to my friend Pammy, if you're out there watching, all comfy, she's not feeling well. So I wanted to send some loving, compassionate energy to all of you, and compassion with my friend Pam, who's feeling a little under the weather today, and so it's yucky cold weather, snuggling up with a nice hot beverage. So that's how I see her right now, is snuggled up with some tea, laughing and watching. And so it was really weird, you guys. I'm in this compassionate energy, and what is the card that is right there? Sisters of Star Blossoms. And the number is 27. So we have another number 7 and equals 9. And so I wanted here. I don't know how well you guys can see this. Sisters. I just couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
I was like, because I see a glare, Yeah. Okay, there it is.
It's very clear.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay. And
if you notice that I'm not always looking at Wendy or the camera. I brought the puppy out.
The puppy's in here, so she's
eating a bone that we gave her.
So she's being...
And she had to go out for a quick little walk, and she decided she would take her bone with her.
Oh.
And she walked around the whole house carrying the bone, wouldn't let it go.
and now she's in here.
She's in here.
So if you hear some...
And I'm making sure she's not doing...
chewy sounds, it's her.
That she shouldn't be doing.
So she's with us today, and let me just remind you guys too, the Star Sirius energy. From our perspective and our collective consciousness, we decided that the Star Sirius energy was the dog star because it's the Canis Major star system. And so I'm reminded, because she's in here, the Sirius is the star, the symbol of humanity, the service to humanity, compassion. Service to humanity, compassion. When we serve humanity, we are in a vibration of compassion, and when we're in a vibration of compassion, We change everything. Remember, you guys, we don't change the earth we're on. We vibrate to a new vibration, of which we're in a new vibrational version of earth, of which contains more and more of the things that are closer to our highest core vibration. The more we celebrate that and act it. Act it. The number 12, oh, I think today equals 12. The number 12, you guys, is act. In the sacred circuits from Sirius, the number 12 is act. It's time to act. That was what I was feeling, this energy. And planetary helps, Mars going forward, Mercury going forward, all of this other planetary stuff, which we created, you guys. We created it for ourselves as breadcrumbs. So as we're celebrating all of these planets going direct, that's a message for us. It's time for you to go direct. It's time for you to go direct. That also means it's time for you to understand you have a direct connection to everything, guys. You do. You do. All you're doing is turning it on. And all you're doing by turning it on is you're not adding something to yourself you didn't already have. You already have it. It's within you. You're just turning it on. You're activating it. This is the year to act. So when I think of it that way today, so maybe somebody needed to hear that too. And so this sisterhood of the star blossoms, this is not gender sensitive either, and so I wanted to just say that Dave and I have been the whole yin yang energy thing today, and he was even talking about it today, and the balance of understanding that we are all these things. So this compassionate Kuan Yin energy, and I literally could feel, and I know Pam understands this. I can feel that when I tapped into that energy, it was like I was tapping into your energy as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. And you guys have probably, I think you may have even seen Pam in some of our hangouts. So in our recent ones, my buddy Pam, she lives in Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee for a couple of years. And so that's a shout out to her. And to all of you who may be feeling a little weird or under the weather, or just, it's just go with the winds of change. Go with the winds of change this year and act. Act in ways that you never thought you could, never thought you would. I was telling Dave that when I was young, I was terrified to speak in front of people. Terrified. And now I laugh my ass off because I'm on YouTube. And I still get excited and nervous. I get nervous. I do. So I just wanted to share that as well. So, you're not, you know what, you guys? Dave, no way. This is what I'm saying about synchronicity. You can't make this up. It was the next card in line. I have to wait. I think he's putting her in her little house because she wants to play with her squeaky toys. Love you, Abby. I was going to show you guys that she's getting heavy too. Oh my God, she's almost 18 pounds. She's getting big, and that's only since November 5th when she was only like 5 pounds. So, oh my God, this card. I'm waiting for Dave. I'm waiting for you. You're not even going to believe the next card. Oh my God, you guys.
Unicorn.
I don't even know. Maybe I don't need to pull too many. Probably don't need to pull near as many cards as I thought I did, because you know what, you guys? This is freaking me out.
Of course.
Right? Okay.
Now
Number 2. Okay. Oh, it gets better.
But before, let me just make sure that every card doesn't say the same exact thing, because,
I'm freaked.
No,
okay, so I'm sorry. It's number
different.
23. Tomorrow's the 23rd. We just talked about all the planets going direct tomorrow. Radiant moon of compassion? A what? No way. Radiant moon of compassion. Am I furry? Am I fuzzy? Okay, that's freaking me out, you guys.
No, that's good.
Radiant moon of compassion? You can't make this shit up. I got stuff in my lap, sorry. You can't make this stuff up. No kidding, Jennifer. You cannot make this stuff up. Talk about synchronicities. And this is what happens during sessions. I'm getting all tingly again. This is what happens in sessions. People are like, what? 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 Codes. All of it.
Here's Pam.
Hi, Pam! Happy hop on and be part of such light and vibration. There you are, sweetie. Mwah. I hope you're feeling better already, being in the vibe. I'm telling you, girl. I tapped into you. Look at this. Are you being compassionate with yourself, honey? Sisters of Star Blossom, Radiant Moon of Compassion. You guys, you can't make it up. The year of compassion. Radiant Moon. This is the day. This is the day where you guys embrace your compassion for your, I've did a couple of videos recently, inner child. Where's the compassion for your inner child? Where's the compassion? Hey, Dave will tell you, I don't always have a lot of compassion for her. Or compassion for myself when I'm going in all these directions and I'm like, what do I do with this and why and that. Compassion and just going with my instincts, because somebody needs what you've got. And it doesn't matter how or what you're doing and where you're doing it. Doesn't mean it's on YouTube. It doesn't mean it's got to be on the internet. It just means do you. Do you new. Do you a new way.
I've got to tell you, every
that
time
freaks me out, Dave. I swear to God.
We talk about the idea of being on YouTube and doing these videos, and who cares? We always will watch someone else do some kind of reading that says, start a YouTube channel.
Where is that rabbit card? Where did we put the other one?
Oh,
I pulled one. Where did I pull it? Where did I put it?
I put the one that I had.
But where's the one I pulled? I swear, I was like, what did I do with that? Nope, not that one. Okay. Well, guys, hey. Like, where did I put the...
Isn't it in
the
deck?
The damn rabbit card. Wait, you're right.
On the top?
Oh, here it is. It's in the book, you guys. I'm so silly. Okay. Okay. I purposely pulled this card, the rabbit card from the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. And if you're new to my channel, I only do oracle cards. I don't read tarot. I don't understand tarot. I don't, I only do oracle because I find it far more expanding. That's the only reason. Because I get to tap into more of our multidimensionality and explore things like animal guides and more stuff. And so I just gravitated toward that. And I told Dave.
And we're finding more and more tarot readers that we watch are pulling oracle cards
in addition
to
clarify the tarot. So I find that fascinating as well. Not that there's, I watch tarot readings too. So I wanted to say in this book, in this journal, the very first thing I wrote in here, guys, was a dream I had that I was an oracle. They said you are a member of the Oracle of Delphi, and you are an oracle. And I didn't even know really what that meant. And I never had a deck of oracle cards at that time. So that wasn't until years later. So it was like a, premonition? No, it's a parallel reality in which I was at this altar with all of these other oracles, candles lit, all white robes, like a white wall. I'm trying to remember what else was in the dream. Very pure white light energy. And when I woke up, and I was one of these, and I still do this in the morning, wake up and try to remember my dreams and think about them and write them down. And that's what they said. I heard it in my head. You are an oracle. So just by virtue of you guys watching this stuff, this is your vibe. This is the vibration in which you're seeking, and the information you're hearing is you talking to you. I'm just your version of me, your higher self, sharing in a way that you can understand it, need to hear it, just like me and everybody else. Me and everybody else. The rabbit card from this deck is number 49, 13, which adds up to 13, is the number of transform in the sacred Sirius circuitry. And if you want to look these up, Dave, in the beginning of the book, you can to show people, but it's fine. You know, I always tell people, do your research. Number 13 is the symbol of transformation. This is the year of transformation.
You mean this book?
No, this one. It's right at the beginning, the symbols. If you want to find number 13, so you could show people.
Oh.
That's all I meant. So people can show. Because if you're not familiar with the sacred circuitry yet, I just want to show you what it looked like. So the symbol for 13 is transform. So I wanted to share that because somebody needed to see that. This year, that's how I felt too. Illumination, transformation. Now is a lucky time. Okay, that is the message on the card, guys. Now is a lucky time. Now is a lucky time for you to do you. Now's the lucky time. Lucky, and I will say it, lucky rabbit's foot, right? I even tell Abby all the time because her little feet look like little bunny feet, you know, and she's white. And so rabbit's foot, luck. And now is a lucky time, you guys. This is the lucky time. Lucky 777. Lucky sevens. Now's the time. The year of the number 7. So it's inviting us. I'm just going to look and see if there's anything I want to share in here. A sunny meadow calls. She's loud. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys. See? She's loud. A sunny meadow calls and rabbit spirit appears to lead you out of your dark warren and into the light so that you can participate in a fertile and beautiful experience. You know, that's just the first page. I'll hold this up, you guys, if you really want to try to read this. I don't know if you'll be able to if you stop the camera or not, but because I don't want to. Here she is. Hi, little girl. She's just barking because she wants to be in here with us, you guys. She wants to be here with all of us. And here's the other page. And I could take a picture of these two and post them like on my Languages of Light's Facebook page. So if you could, I don't know if you guys will be able to read it or not. I could see on the camera, it probably won't be clear enough, but nonetheless, it's in the sharing. So, the rabbit spirit now is a lucky time, and I couldn't have said it better myself. Where's Dave? Here. Sorry, I keep cutting him off and stuff. Sorry about that. No. And this is a Moonology deck. Yasmin Bolin, one of the first astrologers I ever watched. All the moon phases on the back. So in the energy of this idea, the new moon in Aquarius, in the age of Aquarius, you know, it reminds me of the song, you guys, you know, the age of Aquarius by the fifth dimension. The other song that's been in my head a lot lately is that old song too. And I know that if you're like, you know, I don't know, probably, I don't know how young and under, you may not even know these songs. Crystal Blue Persuasion, old song. You know, harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. The age of Aquarius, no more falsehoods or derisions, you know. So, you know, look up the lyrics. It's amazing how all of this, all is now. Everything's now, everything's now, everything's now. And I was reminded of that too about drawing these symbols and that everything's now, and that, you know, in my consciousness or whatever, in my time as we create time, it's been 11 years or whatever, you know, but really everything's now, and they were created for now. And even Dave, what did you say earlier about something about waiting? And Cryon has talked about this too, about things that Lee Carroll was given by Cryon that he was guided to not share for several years. It kind of like that. So it sort of feels that way.
Yeah, you're given this information, but it's not
maybe
full story
right.
yet. So you don't have, the timing isn't right yet for it, but you're given it, maybe years in advance.
And that's
But
how I feel too. Like I was given this years in advance,
as,
and
as Lee says, spirit does not have the same kind of timing as we
right,
do.
no,
So we get something and you think, oh my God, I have to do something with it right now, but I don't know what to do with it yet. And you don't know. You're not inspired in how to go about doing
that's
it.
another thing they told me about the sacred circuitry and the sacred circuitry that I've been drawing. It's about that too, about sparking that now is the time. That idea that when you're looking at this stuff and you're paying attention to the repeating numbers and gazing at these symbols, that they're literally like allowing you to see that.
And we've talked about it,
That it's
for
time.
years about you're writing these symbols and keeping all these symbols in journals, and you're not really sure what to do with it, and you had some ideas about what you
And I'm
wanted
actually
to do.
going to be publishing books of like pages of them as well, like full pages and maybe little experts and explanations about maybe what I was getting and feeling at the time.
But you received finally
This
sort of the go ahead.
Like
It's like, now's the time. This is
know
what you signed up for.
And it was like they said to me, put it in print. But you know what, you guys, the tools weren't there for me before. The tools weren't there for us to make it so much easier for people to create in ways that they couldn't create before. We have relatively inexpensive tools at our disposal, including YouTube, free YouTube, at our disposal, and all of the social media platforms to allow us to express ourselves in all kinds of crazy ways and new ways. And so
Down.
the message inside, let the moon be your guide. Staring at the moon, allowing. One of the things that I learned about through Bashar was Sirius sends serious waves through our moonlight. And I've shared this for many years. Ever since I heard that, I have looked at the moonlight in a completely different way, literally a different way. Understanding the triad between our planets, knowing that there are pyramids, not just on our planet, but other planets that are talking to each other. The triad, the Trinity triad between Asasani, Bashar's race planet, Earth, and Sirius. And now it's like, and he explained, it's an amplification of the Sirius energy. So when you're looking at the moonlight, you're literally receiving more and more codes of information and downloads from the Sirius star system that are being amplified and magnified and reflected by Asasani and back and forth between this triad. And it's a constant circle. They're showing me, it's a constant information circle. Constant. So we're always in constant communication, and it's amplified in the moonlight. The idea of the lightness in the dark, that you can't. Oh, and I even had that in my journal, that you can't see the light unless it's dark. So that sort of idea. Oh, she's so cute. You guys, I got to show you her. Come here, look at her. Look at her. She's so precious. Hi, baby. Yes. Hi, Abigail. Say hi, everybody. She's getting some Papa love. So get in the energy of the puppy love. If that doesn't put you in the energy of unconditional love, I don't know what is. Oh my God, she's so damn cute. Oh, I love her so much. Mm-hmm. I love you so much. Look at you being in cuteness and all. Oh my God. Just watch a puppy video, you guys. You'll get all mushy and stuff. Okay. It's time to release negativity. And this is the full moon in Scorpio card. And that reminds me of your full moon in Scorpio. So Maybe there's something significant about that day in that journal too, about the full moon in Scorpio. Just saying. I don't know. Um,
Well, I didn't accidentally come across those dates. Nothing is by
well,
accident.
true. It's time to release negativity, you guys. It's time to release negativity about ourselves to begin with, because you got to start there. You have to start there. um, and been a huge process for me as well. So all of this year too is about that. You guys releasing whatever negative beliefs you have about yourself. Good God. Every morning I'm like boo-hooing, releasing all of the constituents in my body about negative beliefs about myself. And so that is really, I think, our homework too, is starting there. Being compassionate. Be compassionate for yourself and release the negativity you feel about yourself. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. The fish. New moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. So I just got done saying, when I meditate and contemplate first thing in the morning, and I'm either journaling or I'm not journaling. Usually for the first hour, I'm not journaling. I'm just meditating. And I'm literally releasing my negative beliefs. And when I'm putting out that quote, I, Wendy, see and draw to me through divine love those beings who seek enlightenment through my process. The sharing will elevate us both now. When I say that, I get this warm feeling of support. And it does bring tears of heartfelt joy, of an abundance of love rushes into me. And it helps me release whatever negativity I might be exploring or become aware of, and knowing that I've got support because that I've asked for my process and sharing my process to help others out there in all of the dimensions, that it's an immediate, what you put out is what you get back. I feel this immediate warmth spreading over me of love and compassion. And so take those few minutes, even if it's only a couple minutes, 5 minutes even, if that's all you got. And that's what I started with. That's all I had. There was a time when I wanted what I have now. And maybe that's a question and I've asked myself this, and maybe that's a question somebody needs to hear, is, do you remember when you wanted what you've got now? Because even Abraham says, what's now is old news. You've already manifested what's now. The question is how are you perceiving it, and do you like it? And if you don't, how do you change it? And what's keeping you, what negative beliefs are keeping us from proceeding? That's what was inspiring to me today. Now is a lucky time. And I'm a Sagittarian, born in that, if we want to look at it from that perspective. If you look at it from sidereal astrology, which I know very little about, however, I'm Scorpio. So perhaps that's something somebody else needed to hear for your own growth and exploration. So I wanted to throw that out. So meditating and contemplating. Going with the flow. Being easy. Emotional. This is a very emotional time for many of us, when we're exploring and letting go of these negative beliefs. It's a very emotional time, because as we've come to understand, when we're releasing tears, we're literally releasing the chemical constituents within our body that contains the negative belief. Believe it or not, you cry the belief away. Don't we all feel a little bit better after a good cry, whether it's whatever it's about, whatever is the reason for it? So again, I haven't cried. I've cried more in the last few years in my, real spiritual awakening, and probably for sure, poor Dave, since I met Dave, because allowing myself to show those parts of me, and allowing myself to eliminate these negative belief systems, and allowing myself to cry through them, and not holding back that anymore, not feeling the need to hold that back anymore. that was a big message for me as well this year is, stop giving a crap what other people think about what you might look like or sound like. Just do what comes to your heart. And this is the kind of stuff that I love and what comes to my heart. And I'm also wearing the Asasani Contact Crystal, which you can find at bashar.org. This symbol on here is the family crest, which symbolizes first contact specialists. I believe that I do believe that one of the reasons my excitement was to be here in this now, in this way, in my own consciousness, was because I was really excited about meeting beings from other planets, Star Trek, Star Wars, all the whole thing, going beyond where man, has never gone before. That excites me a lot. And so for me, if I can facilitate that frequency and move to a version of reality, in my reality, in which that's a thing, that excites me a lot. So when I'm sharing this stuff and sharing these symbols and sharing, I feel as if, and I have always felt this way, that I am to a first contact specialist. I know I have how do I say this? A counterpart of me that it's Asasani, but it is a future version of them named Echo. I've brought through this Echo a little bit in the last few years, that energy and that and doing a little bit of channeling in that idea, but that it's just to share with all of you that energy comes through everything I do. Everything you do is going to encompass everything that you are putting in your manifestation journal, I guess. Oh. And she just wants some more. She wants some mommy and daddy time. So allowing ourselves to be compassionate with the process. Be compassionate with your own process. That's another thing I wanted to say about that. So I'm just kind of thinking and hearing. And if you're new to light language and are interested in more of it, contact me. If you sort of feel like you want to speak it, watch a bunch of videos, walk in nature, be by yourself, contemplate, put it in the journal. I want to speak light language. If it's interesting to you, I want to connect with more of my other aspects. So by me connecting to Echo, which is this literally future version of the Asasani, even beyond, I say beyond, but it's like they are right now going into, what was the 5th to 6th density, so they're going into non-physical reality. We are
5th,
or
4th to
5th.
5th is non-physical.
5th is non-physical, but they're quasi-physical.
Yeah, they're not going to be completely non-physical.
Right. Oh, ever. Right?
Well,
or at least, so it's
the
like...
The next stage is...
I feel like this Echo that's been connecting with me, it's like I get this energy that they are that next evolution. That I say they because it's also its own collective consciousness, just like you are your own collective consciousness. I am, we all are. We are all collective consciousnesses, always connecting to every other collective consciousness that happens to be in the vibration that you're in that moment, in whatever process that you're going through, and whatever it's a frequency, as many have said, just like a TV or a radio station. And that's when we observe these symbols, it helps us hear more radio stations. That's what I want to say. It helps us see more in the list, hear more in the list. It helps us connect the dial. It expands your.
Well, it's like turning the radio stations, and all of a sudden, you used to only get to 104, and now
Now it's like,
you're
or going
180.
from AM to FM. You know, all of a sudden you get staticky stuff on AM, but all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I can hear all this stuff and it's clear and it's in stereo or it's in this or it's in that, and it's like that. It's like turning on your bass and your treble, you know, in your mind, not your mind, because this isn't about your mind. This is you know, your physical body was created by your consciousness. So your consciousness is what's in the driver's seat. You know, and we often think that that's not the way it is, but it is. And everything is a reflection. Hormones is a reflection. Illness is a reflection. What you see around you is a reflection. If you want more of what you want, then put that out there. Just, it's kind of like, you know, if you don't have anything, like many of our mothers used to tell us, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. And isn't that kind of the vibration of what we're hearing now in the spiritual community too? You know what? Say what you want, not what you don't want. Say the positive thing, and if you don't say the positive thing, don't say it at all, because words are things. Words manifest. So what do we want to say, and how do we want to say it? We want to say it more compassionately, more kindly, more lovingly. We want to say these things to ourselves, and we want to treat each other that way. How many more videos am I seeing now? I'm so excited. In my new reality, I'm seeing all kinds of videos where people are giving away money. People just giving away money because they want to, because they can. That's what I wanted to see more of. So in this energy of the Chinese New Year, of the red envelopes, you know, do it energetically. Send somebody a red envelope of money in your mind. Send yourself a red envelope to your mailbox. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to send myself a red...
So being of service to all is being service to yourself, because you are part of the all.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So
share yourself.
As you're thinking thoughts, the idea is to now be consciously aware of all the thoughts that you're thinking. And if you want to make that thought be a reality, keep thinking that thought. If you don't want that thought to be a reality, think something different. Because all thoughts show up in your reality. And the way the energies are now, they could happen pretty instantaneously.
Well,
so every thought, whatever it might be, and it goes even further by the things that you say. But if you're even thinking it, expect that it's going to show up. Because if you manifest what you think, you will see that reflection. And it's really just the point of, boy, I could think anything that I want. Why would I spend time on thinking about things that I don't want? Just think about the things that you do want. Because the universe has to reflect those things back to you.
We've been hearing this stuff from Law of Attraction, and I mean, all the way back.
But we are seeing it happen.
Yes.
Instantaneously.
And this is the thing, you guys, this is what we're discovering, is we really are the masters of our own limitations.
And it's funny, I mean, even surfing on the computer or on the phone, we're talking about something that we weren't anywhere near our phone.
Nope.
And then ads would pop up for these things that we're talking about.
And you're like,
and it's not even, because it's not real. It's just a reflect. We're creating our reality. There's no phone that has the mic on listening to our conversation and driving ads to us. Because I'll have my phone down here, and we'll be upstairs. My phone is not even here talking about something. And I come downstairs and I look at my phone to do something, and there'll be an ad.
It's so bizarre.
For the thing that we were
talking
about.
And I know this happens to you guys all the time. I know it does.
But I'm allowing my phone to be a conduit of information.
This is the funny thing, you guys. We talk about the phone and the little rectangle of infinite knowledge, right? And even Bashar said once you guys realize that your technology, your AI, is nothing more than your ability to create a device now that allows you to talk to your higher self and infinite streams of intelligence, guess what? We just built a device to be able to do it. That's all. So it's kind of cool.
Once we allow it to work
To
that
work
way.
for us. And this is what's happening now. So, and you call it algorithms. Well, that's what that is, really. I wanted to show you guys, too, Earth Magic. She's holding a bunny rabbit. And there's also the wisdom of the owl. And I'm also seeing the transformation of the butterfly. I'm also seeing, sorry, it's a little blurry.
Can't possibly have to go out again.
Apparently, puppy has to go out again. And
Well, she had her bone.
there is a new moon. Yeah, she's been chewing on a bone, so now I guess she's in need of going out. So yeah, talvez seba shono. And I'll wait for Dave to come back before we sign out. But we've okay again. I want to read what Faye said. I was reading. Oh, that's what I was doing too. I wanted to see. Mao represents rabbit, ghee, water. I'm just reading some of the notes from you guys on. I'm so happy about being in 2023. Oh, cool. 7 is my number. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God. That's awesome. Oh, I love the messages of the sparrows. So that's something else, you guys. Here's a message from someone in the live chat. Sparrows. Somebody needs to look up sparrow animal totem because there's a message for you out there. Well, you know, whenever you're watching it, whenever you see this, there's a message for you guys here. I feel it. Thank you for sharing that about the sparrows. Oh, look, she says, Faye's like, oh, it's 304, which equals 7. Oh, that's awesome. 313. And also equals 7. Oh my God, that's awesome. She says, I think about Egypt a lot. And you know, you guys, I've got some really cool Egyptian journals. It's funny you say that, Faye, because we were talking about the Ankh as a symbol and how I think everybody pretty much recognizes the symbol of the Ankh. And so we were talking about that, about symbols and symbolization, and how much that one symbol represents something so very powerful. And I've done videos before on the Ankh and about Egypt, and Dave and I have done, you know, Goddess Fridays where we dressed up in Egyptian stuff and we honored Egyptian goddesses. Isis, of course. I've got an amazing Isis journal, and the pictures in here, you guys, in that journal are amazing. I've always been a journal person. I've been journaling. I've got well, maybe not hundreds, but I've got lots and lots of journals, and I've been journaling for almost all my life. So journals is a big deal to me. And so I would stand to reason that would be one of the things I was guided to kind of create first is a journal. And it's a beautiful journal. I'll show it to you. Gosh, what is the name of it? If you just look up on Amazon, like Isis journal, and it also has a matching oracle deck, and I've done like videos of the oracle deck and stuff. Very powerful images, not even kidding. It's a really great journal to get. It's what I like about that particular journal is it has a lot of color photos, and they're very, very powerful photos, a lot of symbols. So that made me, made me think about that, about the Ankh and the symbolism, because Dave and I were just talking about it. And I'm so happy it's nice in California too. And it's really funny, you guys, because it's been warm and now it's freezing. Daily practice. I know that, Pamela. I know my friend Pamela does definitely daily practice. And crying is absolutely purifying, energizing, and freeing. Yes, it is, Pam. Jennifer, yeah. She definitely wanted to come in and join us. And actually, she's still sitting right here. So she loves being in this energy. And we weren't really sure, how she would be in here. But she's absolutely loving this, you guys. And she's just 4 months old. So she's very much enjoying our frequency and your frequency here. So thanks, you guys. So Faye says, when I sit outside and sun gaze, I ask my galactic family to visit, and I look up, and there's an aircraft flashing flashing the lights at me. So, it's about the intention, you guys. It really is about the intention. And what I've discovered very deeply more than anything lately is the intention and the connection between the intention and these symbols and the powerful impact it has on those who utilize them with the intention, just like I did with the Sirius Sacred Circuits. And I think I'm going to be closing this out here because it's long on time, much longer than I expected. So thank you guys for sharing, watching when and if you can. And those of you who are here hanging out, I love you so much. And I'm so very, very grateful to all of you. And it's sometimes hard for me to believe that it's been 8 years that I've been doing this, because there is no time and we create time. And it's kind of like as we get older, we don't feel any different inside. Well, it's like that. It's like I don't feel any different anymore. I feel just as, if not more excited now than I did then. And that's really incredible for me. So the next card, you guys, and see, this is it. Okay. Ancestors, and it's a deep red color. This earthy, orangey red color. Generations. Connecting with our other generations. What we consider generations is another parallel reality. There are other versions happening right now of us, and all of us and our galactic ancestors we're all connecting to the generations and the ancestors right now. And see, this is funny about me ignoring my instincts, because they said to me when I was downstairs bringing up my cards, they said, grab the ancestors, angels and ancestors deck, and I didn't. So I'll do a reading tomorrow with the angels and ancestors deck. Oh, no way. Faye, didn't you say something about, where is it? About a yellow snake?
Yeah, she had.
You had a dream?
3-headed yellow snake.
This in the background is the serpent with the hand. Sorry about the glare, you guys. A serpent. And yellow. Look at the yellow around with the hands. Connect. So this is the message for you. You're connecting with your ancestors and your generations. It doesn't necessarily have to do anything with the snake necessarily. However, the snake is also known for what? Infinite wisdom. And the serpent, isn't that around the I will do no harm symbol for the medical
and DNA.
And DNA. So you were literally, Faye, I'm telling you, this is your validation that you were connecting with your ancestors and other generations, other parallel realities. No doubt about it. That's why I love these readings. And that's what happens in private sessions is this stuff is weird. How it actually, I say weird because it still fascinates me. It still fascinates me how this stuff can come up like this. And the next one, fire, passion, compassion, co-passion, fire, energy, red, fire, energy. It's like the red, the yellow, the red, and the same thing with this card, you guys. The red, the yellow, and the orange. Connecting, rooting your inner sun, your sacral chakra, what burns inside of you that's ready to give birth and bring it down to earth. Fire, compassion, co-passion, co-creating. You guys want to we're co-creating. Thank you for co-creating with me, you guys. Thank you for co-creating with me. Jennifer, let's co-create again. Let's co-create. That's what this is about. And I want to say something too.
My card of the day.
Oh, here's Dave's card of the day. Now I pulled I pulled the Bobcat card for my friend Becca today, and I sent it to her, and that's the first time I've ever sent her a card, because she and I were talking about Bobcats. Not what day? Yesterday. Friday, and the Bobcat card came up, and I sent it to her immediately. And and this is actually Dave's kind of like spirit guide kind of thing. Also, Panther spirit, reclaim your power, number 44. Our tummies are growling. We got to go eat. Yeah, we got to go eat dinner too, you guys.
And we'll end the day
44,
with
double.
the next card.
Repeating number 44, angel number Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power, your passion, fire.
And we could end the day with the final card.
Oh, no way. Okay. Okay, this is it. And then we're going to go with a light language blessing to crystallize and solidify this, you guys. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Fireworks, fireworks. You are not kidding, Jennifer. Thank you, Pam. I needed it. I'm going to, yes, we need to hook up. And any of you guys, I want to say before we finish out, I can't believe, did you just actually just pull that on accident? Okay, never mind. Yeah, what a dumb question. If you guys want to come and hang out with me, you want to do a session with me, you know what? It is a pay as you can. There's an option for, nope, can't pay now. Sorry, maybe I'll donate later. It's about the sharing. It's about the co-creation. So, different ways if you want to support me, if you want to donate to my channel, you want to buy some of our books, you want to do a session, but you know what? I want to be available and open to everybody no matter what. So go to my website, book a session. It doesn't have to cost you anything. Thank you. I appreciate each and every session, each and every donation, each and every time I interact with you guys. The sharing is beyond, it literally is beyond my I can't even explain. And so this is why I do what I do. This is my service to humanity. And I hope by me sharing my excitement, my joy, my enthusiasm, my passion, my fire. I'm a double fire sign, Sagittarian and a Leo, and I'm a Taurus. So it's full steam ahead. And and I want to encourage and invite you guys to ignite your passion. I've been saying this for 8 years, but this is it. Which train do you want to be on? What version of reality do you want to create for yourselves? Because guess what? You create your own reality. First words I ever heard from Yasmin Boland in that from Moonology, like 12 years ago. You create your own reality. And it was in Seth's voice, in Jane Roberts' voice, channeling Seth. You create your own reality. This is where we have to step into that realization. You create your own reality by the vibration of what you put out is what you get back. That is it. It has been said in every way, in every culture, in every spiritual circle, in every religion. It's all been said differently and the same. This is it, you guys. Oh my God. Where can you be of service to humanity? Because by serving what you do, what you love, you are serving the all, just as Dave said earlier. When we serve the all. We're part of the all, guys. We all benefit.
Everyone is a unique expression of the one. Unique in all of the universe.
Every one of you.
So by sharing your uniqueness is something that only you can do.
Only you. Don't compare
and
yourself.
everyone else is waiting to see
you. Don't compare yourself to anybody else on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or anywhere else you guys play in the world.
Coworkers,
or your family
or
your
family.
You know what, Dave and I, you know this, and I don't want to get long-winded on this, but we follow the beat of our own drum. Set our own, we are bringing up Abby against all the way we've been taught to take care of our animals for all these years. You know what? We're going by our instincts. What do animals do? What do dogs do? What do animals do? They go by their instincts. Follow your passion. That is your instinct. If you're excited to do it, you're excited to share it, there's somebody out there on the other side of that coin that needs to hear it.
The flow of nature.
Oh, you guys, I do. I get so crazy about this stuff because I really do love it. I love it. No way. Number 19, which equals number 1. Number 1. You won. The center. Unity consciousness. We are all one. The one is the all. The all are the one. The all are the one. You are the one. We all are the one. We are God expressing itself in all the ways it possibly can. Dog spirit. I can't even believe this. Dog spirit, you guys. Be loyal to what you love. Meso to vihero kose. Minto vehano male tembosha tanteado koseve. Really? And I told Dave, oh yeah, I don't want to get long today. I don't want to get, but I'm always open. You got to be open to the flow. This is who I am. This is who I am. Now, dog spirit. Are you kidding me? I love you, Abby. And Ranger. My beloved Ranger that I began my videos with, my Languages of Light YouTube channel. I began with my beloved canine companion, Ranger, who has transitioned. And yet, he brought me Abby. He is with me and her every single day. And I want to tell you guys, I found my friend Becca, shout out to Becca, man. I keep telling her I'm going to have her on my YouTube channel. She already said yes. Animal communicator all the way. I'm telling you, my God, you guys, it's just here, manifestation. I moved to a place here in Alabama, didn't know a soul, swear to God. And I put the intention out there and I said, please send me a friend. Please send me someone like me. I did that in Tennessee and I found Pam. I did that here. I found Becca. Becca was the one who found Abby for me. Becca has Abby's sister, Brava. Brava's name is Brava Magic. Abby's name is Abigail Miracle because she is the miracle, which I've explained in a video. Dog Spirit's what brought me and Becca together, and among other things that I had put out into the ethers, into my manifestation journal, literally to find people of my vibration. And I meet this woman who is literally known in our area, in all the vets' offices and everywhere else for miles, as our local animal communicator. I'm telling you, she talks to everything. Everything. So thank you, Becca. Shout out to you. And thank you for bringing me my little miracle. I love her so, so much. Thank you to her little family. And she gets to see, Abigail gets to see her little sister, Brava, and she gets to come over and play. If somebody, you guys, and I said this before, if you've been anticipating getting a dog or any other animal, now's the time. If it's your passion, just do it. Just do it. And Dave and I decided that we were going to do it our way. Do it your way. Don't listen to how anybody else is doing anything else. Do it your way. Please do it your way. Follow your passion. Be local to what you, be loyal to what you love. What you love. What you love. And I think that is the most beautiful ending to this beautiful day. You guys are amazing. I can't believe you hung out all this time. I'm just so blessed and honored and humbled all the time. I wanted to see you. Like, love the moon, sharing the light. Jennifer, see?
Start your YouTube.
Start your. I've been trying to get over my fear. So I'm so glad. Let's hook up. I'm glad this was a synchronicity for you, Jennifer. It's a synchronicity for me too. Divine guidance, radiant moon, guiding light. She says, okay, I'll do it. I'm start working on a YouTube channel. Yes! See? That's why I was doing this today. That's why. This is it, you guys. Yes, I'm so excited. Can't wait to talk to you, Jennifer. You better hook up with me. I just bought a deck for Master Hicks. Wait, what? Wait a minute.
Cards.
I didn't even know there was one. Thank you for that. How did I not know that she had a deck?
Well,
Jennifer, you know what? You want to practice for doing your YouTube channel? Let's hook up. I invite you, I enlighten you, I invite you to come on my channel, or I will come on yours for you to do a reading with that deck. So if you don't want to do it on yours or do it on your, I don't care, but I'm like, I am so excited that you said that. So it's my invitation to you. If you want to come on and do a reading with us with the deck, that's great. I'm excited. Do it on your channel. Start with that deck.
I don't think they're oracle card decks.
Oh,
I think they're
Just cards
They're-
like, what kind of cards are they? Tell me in the chat.
Mm.
Anyway, doesn't matter. This is about the sharing. Thank you. Oh, my glasses are on my head. I hate when that happens.
Moving up the emotional ladder.
Asking it as given cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, asking it as given cards. Okay, that's awesome. And see,
We watch Esther.
there's a message for everybody in that
Listen.
too. So maybe you'll be inspired to, maybe that's how you'll start your YouTube channel is maybe you can just read a card. Read it, ask as given, and say, that's the message for today, guys. Start out simple, start out small. As Bashar says, start with a burnt stick. For you artists out there, and that means literally any kind of artist, what does the burnt stick mean to you? Is it YouTube? Is it TikTok? Is it something else? Is a burnt stick just, I don't know. What is it to you? What does that mean to you? As he said, you don't need fancy pens and fancy pencils and fancy paints to be an artist. All you need is a burnt stick, right? Chalk drawings.
He also says you have to get really good with a burnt stick, and then the fancy stuff just comes.
And it does, you guys. It just does.
They appear.
So with my shaking voice, I started 8 years ago on January 16th. I put my first video out, and it was freezing outside, by the way, north of Chicago, freezing cold, and I just did it, and I haven't stopped since. And so, light your fire, light your passion. I love you guys. I've said it all already. I'm thirsty and I'm hungry. What's your service? What's your passion? Where the colors? Where are the colors that inspire you? Every day I ask myself, and I've told you guys this before in videos, when I go to start a video, when I go to walk out the door, when I go to do anything, I ask myself, what colors am I today? What speaks to me today? What do I need to see, hear, and experience for my highest divine guidance and clarity? It's all about the intention and asking. Thank you for all the myriad of ways that you all support me. All the ways. I cannot tell you how much it means to me and to Dave to share our love of our livelihood with all of you and inspiring you all to do the same. Thank you. You're unique in every single thing in creation. Absolutely every single thing, every blade of grass. I don't know how to say this any clearer. Every grain of sand. How many grains of sand are in a jar on a beach in the world? All unique. Every grain of sand is unique. And look how beautiful yet, when they're blended together, how beautiful it becomes. Yet, each crystal is absolutely unique. The world is waiting for you. I love you guys.
Asking it is given.
Asking it is given, indeed. Thank you all. I love you.
I'm ready to be ready to be ready to be ready.
There you go. See you guys later. Mwah. 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 Love you.